Dhanyavad, Prabhus.
Pranam, Maharaj.
Dhanyavad.
Happy to see you. Dandavad, Kisha Prabhu.
Where are you?
Cool in
Cold today, huh?
here too. And rain.
Sitoshna Shuka Dukada. Do you know that verse from the Bhagavad Gita? When Krishna says, Sitoshna Shuka Duka Da. Sitoshna. Agama Paino Nityas. Sitoshna Shuka Duka Da. The meaning is Sitoshna means summer and winter, huh? Sitoshna.
Okay.
Sitoshna. Summer and winter, they're coming just like the Shukaduk, just like happiness and distress. Happiness and distress, happiness and sadness come, somehow they come. Huh?
Okay.
So in the same way, summer and winter come. Huh? Summer is nice, everybody likes summer. And winter comes also very cold.
Yeah.
Understand? So one should not be disturbed. Don't be disturbed by the happiness, sukh and dukh. Don't be disturbed by happiness. They're coming somehow. Just like the sun is coming up in the morning and it goes away in the night. And going next day is coming and going. Everything in this world is like that, coming and going. No, it's not to be concerned about that. There's something else going on, something eternal, that has no fluctuation, no duality. That eternal thing, Just like from our position, we see the sun coming and then disappearing. But from the sun's position, it's always there. Sun is always shining. Only from in the earth, we're in the earth and the sun is here, So from our position, the sun is coming and going. But from the sun's position, it's always there, always shining.
Beautiful, Maharaj.
Umadevi ki jai, Hari Bol.
Pranam Maharaj. Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavad, Pranam.
All right. So it's very nice, Harinandaji, if you want to go and preach, publish some book in Spanish and go and preach. Take all the ladies with you and preach. Have a kirtan, Harinam kirtan, singing very nicely and distributing books. That'll be perfect. You'll become happy. Everyone will become very happy. And you'll bring Krishna consciousness to your, Spain, wherever you are living. And that will be the most wonderful thing. I'm very happy to hear if you like to do that. So we'll try to help whatever way we can.
Thank you, Maharaj. With your grace, all is possible.
Yeah.
All family preaching in God, preaching in the song in the town, this town, little for people. Yes.
It's a very nice Christmas present.
Yeah. good, good present service. The best present
Yes,
for the devotee.
no doubt.
Yes. Uh, uh, I know, Mahara, I know writer never, but in my head, I know, I don't know explain that, but in my head, intuition, thing I share in share share in this area, the writing. I like intellectual 10. I like intellectual 10, philosophy. I like that service.
Okay. Well, you write what you understand. What from Guru and Shastra, we have some knowledge, some understanding, and we tell that to others. That what we have got from Guru and Shastra, we want to give that. That's all. And hope, and because Mahaprabhu told that you go and preach, chant the holy name, to tell the world that. So we are following Mahaprabhu's desire. When we go and preach, that is Mahaprabhu's desire. That was his mission. He did not sit at home and just chanting Hare Krishna. He went out in the street chanting, distributing prasad, all things. That was Mahaprabhu's desire. So we are devotees of Mahaprabhu. We are servants of Mahaprabhu. Then we want to please his desire. That's our mission is to please the desire of Mahaprabhu, Guru and Gauranga. And Saraswati Thakura also. He wanted to preach so much. He established so many temples. And Srila Prabhupada also. How much preaching he did all over the world. So this is the desire of our Guru Varga to preach. Bhakti Vinod also. He wrote so many books, always distributing Krishna consciousness to others. That beautiful way through his poems. So if we have that wish to fulfill their desires, then we will preach in that spirit, preaching in that spirit. Not because we want anything, we don't want anything, but because it is our Gurudev's desire, because it is Mahaprabhu's desire, then we want to fulfill that. And if we can do that, we know we will become happy, and others will become happy also. And that is the highest thing. And that's all. That is our life. To make Guru and Gauranga happy, and in that way the whole world becomes. Just like you put water on the root of the tree. The tree is there, we put water on the root. We don't have to worry about all the other part. You put it on the root, then the whole tree becomes happy.
Jai Gurudev. Jai. If you happy, we are happy.
Good, very nice, Prabhu. Okay, let us say the Vandana prayers.
Yes, Maharaja.
Vandeham Shri
Guru
Shri
Sadanam
Guru
Sri Guru
Vaishnava
Vaishnavam Sakya
Sri
Sri
Rupa
Rupam Sagrajatam
Sagrajatam
Sahagana
Mahagana Raghunatham Anvitam Tam Sajivam
Sajiva
Sadvaitam
Advaitam Savadutam
Savadutam
Sahitam
Krishna Sahitam Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya Devam
Chaitanya
Shri
Deva
Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Nvitam Sya
Om Aganatam
Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Salakaya
Daya
Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Puja Shri
Pujya Shri Guru Varga Vandita Mahabhavanitaya Sada Purva Parya Parampara Pracharita Prajna Pramukta Chayate
Matake Bhaktir Nirmala
Nirmala Nirjarasya Nirvitam Samraksakam Sadaram Vande Shri Gurudevam Ananta Srila Acharya Varamjam
Guru
Guru Ishta Supratim
Guru Gainaya
Yoganira Sista
Shinta
Sambhushitam
Shinta
Chinta
Shinta
Chinta Samasta Veda Nipunam Sri
Rupa
Rupa Antanagam
Govinda
Govindam Ujjvalam Varantanam
Bharatanu
Nityanmita Sundaram
Vande
Vande Vishwa Gurum Cha Divya Bhagavata Premana Vibhija Pradam
Devam Divya
Devam Divyatanam Satanda Vadanam Valaraka Chelana Chittam Sundarananda Puram Sadyeka Varanam Vairagya Vidya Sutim
Sangha
Desidanta Nidim Suvartim Vasitam Saraswati Uttam Varam
Vande
Vande Tam Subhadram Madhyeka Sharanam
Tashishvara
Nayasishwaram Sridharam
Shri Siddhanta
Siddhanta Saraswati Jito Gauriya Gaurvanmani Bhagavato Banarve Prabhata Gaganeyo Gaura Sankirtanaya
Maya
Mayavadati Mingalodhara Gatinudharete Jivanam Krishna Prema Subhadhi Pradana Sukam Pradate Prabhum Tam Namo Gaura Kishoraya
Bhakta
Bhakti Vidottamurtaye
Gaurangri
Gaura Hari Padma Vrindaya Radha Bhavani Sevani
Vande Bhakti
Bhakti Vinodam Sri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam
Bhakti
Bhakti Shastrajna Samrajyam Radha Rasa Sudanidhim
Gauravaja
Radha Rajasya Vaishnaver Vande Vigraham Jagannatha Prabhum Vande Premadvi Vruddha Vaishnavam
Vanshakapa
Vanchakalpatarubhavachya Kripa Sindhu Bhayeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Panchatattva
Panchatattvam Krishnam
Bhakta
Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktyakya Namami Bhakta Satyakam
Namo Maha
Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Kashe Namaha
Yatam Suratam
Yato Surato Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Matsarvasva Padambujo Radha Madana Mohanam
Divyad Vrindara
Vrindavanaya Kalpadrumodaya Srimad Ratnagara Simhasana Smrito
Shri
Sri Gandharva Srila Govinda Dev Testami Swaman Vismarami
Sriman Rasa
Sriman Rasa Rasamvati
Vansi
Vashivaka Pata Stitaha Karsanvena Swayami Gopir Gopinata Stiyastu Naha
Vrindaya
Vrindaye Tulsidevaye Priyaye Kesavashrita Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavati Namo Namaha
Atana
Atanatva Mantra Gurun Bhagavatartadan Vyasan Jagat Gurun Nyatva Tato Jaya Budhirate
Joy Sapariga
Rasi Sri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Pada Padmanam Jayastu
Sri
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Bhakti Niskam Santa Maharaj. Ki Jai.
Jai
Jai Govardhana Ki Jai.
Jai
Jai Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai.
Jai
All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the worldwide devotees. Go pray.
Jai
Hari 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 Bo.
Hari Hari
Hey,
Bol
Hamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai
That's that where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just finished the Mangala Charana the other time.
All right. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Jayata. This is the preface. Mukha Banka. Mukha. Ma. Su. Huh. Anyhow, Sri Jai Krishna. Jai. Jai Vishnupad. Paramhamsa. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Vishnupad. Paramhamsa. Srila Bhakti Rakshak. Sridhara Dev-Goswami Maharaja Ki Jai.
Jai.
So Sri Krishna Chaitanya has declared within this material world the message that the fortune of Sri Krishna Prem, divine love for Sri Krishna, which condemns the four ends of conventional religion, dharma, piety, artha, and wealth, kama, enjoyment, and moksha, liberation, is the fifth and supreme end of human life. Sharanagati is the sole means to obtain that topmost end of human life. In a short way, very concise way, this has explained what is Mahaprabhu's message. And this is what we want to do also. That everyone is engaged in so many activities. Dharma, kama, moksha, artha, kama, moksha, religiosity, sense gratification, making money, wealth, and seeking liberation. All in relation to this world, the mundane world. All those activities are in relation to something to do with this world. And Mahaprabhu came to teach there is something else. Beyond all these activities of this world, there is another focus that our mind, our activities, our hearts should be directed toward. And that is to developing Krishna prema, love of God. That will be the highest fulfillment of our life. And people don't know that. People don't know about this. So devotees have the duty to present that to others. In a very simple way, Mahaprabhu's message is given here. We can understand this sentence and try to explain that to others. Then we have done some good for ourselves and for others. Highest good. And Mahaprabhu's explained the highest method, that highest goal, is attained only in one way. That highest goal can be achieved in one way, by surrender to him, Sharanagati. This is the main point. Now, people don't understand what this Sharanagati is. That's the other thing. So that also has to be delineated. To reveal this process of Sharanagati, Sri Krishna Chaitanya descended himself, along with his eternal associates and divine abode, Sri Navadip Dham. He taught Sharanagati through his own practice and preaching, as well as through the practice and preaching of his capable servants. Sometime later, one of his devotee associates, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, gave extensive guidance about the practice of Sharanagati through analysis and description of its limbs and sublimbs in his small book named Sharanagati. So if we can repeat this message that Sridhar Maharaj is telling us here, explaining so clearly, the whole process, everything, in one paragraph, explains so nicely whole philosophy of Mahaprabhu. It doesn't require a big thesis, philosophical, intellectual thesis. Anyhow, we can give that too, but in very simple words, direct words, just preaching this much will be very helpful. Give us the essence in a nutshell. The seed. From this seed, everything will come. So prior to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, other acharyas also spoke at length about Sharanagati. Additionally, the fundamental teachings of Sharanagati are found within Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The subject of Sharanagati is also especially well known within the Sri Sampradaya. Lakshmi or Sri Sampradaya, that's Ramanujacharya, the line of Ramanujacharya. Still, the way in which Sri Krishna Chaitanya Chandra has revealed the fundamental nature of Sharanagati is unparalleled. He has taught that Sharanagati is the appropriate means of attaining the fortune of the divine loving service, prema seva, of Rajendraనందన Krishna, the whimsical enjoyer of the wives of the cowherd men of Raja, whose divine form is the origin of the absolute truth. Therefore, in order to distribute these illustrious teachings of Sharanagati, Srimad Bhakti Vinod Thakura has invoked the benediction of that supreme, munificent origin of all avatars, Sri Chaitanya Chandra, by first mentioning his name while establishing the theme of his treatise within this invocation of auspiciousness. So we'll see that Bhakti Vinod begins his book Sharanagati by mentioning Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first. Mangala-charana means the auspicious invocation. Mangala. Mangala means the auspicious. So how does he start? Sri Krishna Chaitanya. You see, Bhaktivinoda begins with the name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because this is the message he's trying to convey. What Mahaprabhu has told about Sharanagati, not what the previous acharyas have told, but what Mahaprabhu has told. Not that that's different, but for the age of Kali, for the modern age, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained it more clearly than the previous acharyas ever explained. It's the same message, but in the Kali Yuga, for the benefit of the Kali Yuga, Mahaprabhu has explained it more clearly for us. And he has even given a higher conception than the previous acharyas gave. It's not different, but it's the highest conception, because he's teaching about Rajendraనందన Krishna, youthful Krishna playing his flute in Vrindavan, how to achieve that realization. Previously, the acharyas taught how to achieve Krishna in Vrindavan, Krishna in Vaikuntha, or even baby Krishna, Gopala. But Mahaprabhu is giving us entrance into that highest of realizations of Radha and Krishna. Previous emphasis was on Krishna, and Mahaprabhu is telling us, no, that is one idea, one conception of the absolute Krishna. Certainly, he is the absolute truth. But it would not reveal the other part of Krishna that is not so well known, and that is the part of Radharani, the servant of Krishna. In fact, Mahaprabhu is himself that highest servant of Krishna, Radharani, in a hidden form, teaching us how to serve Krishna as from the servant's position, and that is equally divine. As divine as serving Krishna directly, there is a service of the devotee of Krishna, the serving energy of Krishna, the servants of Krishna. They are also transcendental on the same transcendental platform as Krishna. And we should not only think that Krishna is the divine and the servants are not also divine. Divinity of Krishna is incomplete if we do not include his servitors in our worship. So it's very important to understand what Mahaprabhu is teaching. in this regard. And what is the difference between what the previous acharyas taught and what Mahaprabhu is teaching? There's a difference in identity too. The previous acharyas were teaching about Krishna mostly, but emphasis on Krishna. And Mahaprabhu is putting the emphasis on the servants of Krishna, Radharani, and the whole serving contingency of the Supreme Lord. And these are both the same transcendental, both of the same transcendental nature, but that the serving potential of the Supreme Lord is even of a higher degree of love than serving Krishna directly. By serving Krishna's energy, represented by Srimati Radharani, we can get even higher awakening, higher taste of love of Krishna than even by directly worshipping Krishna. This is the point. And it's so hard to tell these devotees of Krishna about this worship of the devotees, of Krishna's devotees. Sometimes the devotees of Krishna don't want to change their focus. Instead of worshiping Krishna, to worship the devotees of Krishna. They don't like to change that focus. And that has been going on for thousands of years. But Mahaprabhu has come to teach exactly this point, that we must worship the devotees of Krishna, the serving energy of the Lord, if we want to understand the Lord himself, if we want to enter into that plane of love of God. So I asked you, Harinandaji, to talk about this, to write about this. Guru and Krishna. Krishna and Guru. Not just Krishna. Krishna and Guru. Both essential. Sridhar Maharaj called his mutt Sri Chaitanya Saraswat. No? Chaitanya Saraswat means what? Chaitanya and Guru. Chaitanya Saraswat means Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu, and Guru. Guru and Chaitanya. Therefore, we always say Guru Gauranga. Guru Gauranga, Shri Guru Gauranga Jayata. We don't leave Guru out. Then what is that? That is not our Gaudiya Vaishnava idea. We don't leave Guru out. Never. It's a central idea. People don't like that. You say Guru. When you tell them about God, they only want to hear about God. They don't want to hear about Guru. This is a mistake. We see that going on today. Somehow they have lost the conception of Guru. And they only think, oh, there's sweetness, beauty, charm, all these things. Krishna, reality, the beautiful. Where's Guru there? Not mentioned. It's all about Krishna. No, that is not Mahaprabhu's message. Huh? If we adopt that mentality, we're going back to the previous pre-Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teachings. Where that emphasis is not understood, although it is mentioned, of course, in the Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi Pranipatena Pariprasnena Sevaya. Huh? Krishna mentions that. And of course, all the Vedic literature talks about the instruction of the Guru Dev is necessary to make progress in spiritual life. Huh? These are all mentioned there in the scriptures. But we have to take it seriously also, Mahaprabhu's understanding, and not just get caught up in Krishna consciousness and forget Radha-dasya, Radha Krishna worship. Nitai Gauranga. Nitai is representation of Guru. So we don't only worship Mahaprabhu, we also worship Nityananda Prabhu, Nitai Gauranga. Guru and Krishna. There's something like a jiva. What is the jiva? Jivatma. What is the living entity? He has two aspects. Every living entity has two aspects. His body and his mind, The body and the consciousness. Consciousness is the Chaitanya, and the body is the what do you want to say? The manifestation, the manifested consciousness. Consciousness is there, and its manifestation is also there. It's objectification. So the living entity is this tatastha energy. He has these two sides to him. He has a body and he has a consciousness also. The embodied consciousness. Jiva means the embodied soul. Jivatma means the embodied soul, not only just the soul. So this makes him tatastha. Tatastha means he has both. He has the consciousness and he has the body also. It's a combination of spirit and matter, of spirit and nature, I should say. Matter is another idea. But spirit and nature are combined in the Jivatma. That's why it's called Tatastha. Tatastha means there's two things coming together. Two sides coming together. So we are like that. We are two sides coming together. That is our Tatastha nature. We have the conscious side and we have the body side. And we have to navigate between these two things. Not that we can only go to one side. If we go to one side only, then it becomes some kind of idealism. It's not real. It's idealism, abstract. It's the jnanis. If we go to the other side, then we become materialists. Only the body. So we have to navigate the unity of these two. Shiver tatastha shakti, Veda Ved prakash. One and different from the Lord. And we have to try to understand that and live by that also. We cannot simply live from one side and forget about the other. Real life involves the consideration of both sides and how to unify them, how to harmonize them, and how to achieve the highest realization from that position, not try to modify it or think only of one side and not the other. So Guru Gauranga, Guru is the manifestation of Gauranga, the realization of Gauranga. Acharya mam vijanyat, Krishna says. But don't think Guru is something different from the Supreme Lord himself. Different, but he's also not different. So we should not underestimate in any way who is Gurudev. Have the proper conception. And it's essential, not something we can talk about or forget about or whatever. It's something that is real, that is substantial, essential to the whole Gaudiya Vaishnava conception of theology. And it is what makes the theistic conception of Gaudiya Vaishnavism concrete, real, substantial, without which it becomes a mere fantasy, a mere imagination. Anyhow, so Bhakti Vinod is saying, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Jive Doya Kara. Jive Doya means give, how does it say? Give your, giving mercy to the Jiva. Give your mercy to the Jiva. Prashada Sviyadama Saha Avatari. Being merciful to the souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descends with his associates and abode. You see, now this is very important also. He's not only talking to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he's also talking about his associates, the devotees, and his abode. Now his associates and his abode are talking about what is manifested in this world. Not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but his associates. And this abode means a geographical consideration is also there. A place. So he's saying this is a real thing, a substantial thing. It is not only some ideal of God, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not only that, but there's some substantial plane also involved in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His associates and his abode are real things, tangible things. And these all contribute to his mercy. They're all necessary to understand and appreciate and realize his mercy and what he is teaching. And not just teaching some abstract philosophical thing, abstract theology. He is teaching a real living theology, substantial thing. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kore Sva Prashada Sviyadama Saha Avatare. The two sides, two sides. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Two sides, not just half. They're not teaching half a conception. Teaching the full conception. Teaching the full conception. You know, the Chinese have that yin-yang symbol. Huh? You seen that? Two sides together. Yes. Huh? Right? They don't only teach one side, they teach two sides. Together, you have to keep them together. Then it becomes the concept.
Yin Yang.
Yes, yin-yang. Both concept. Male and female. Huh? Together. So Mahaprabhu and his associates and his abode together. Once Srila Prabhupada gave the example. Once Srila Prabhupada gave the example, a king is not a king by himself. You can't talk about a king by himself. There's no such thing. A king has his queen, has his subjects, has his kingdom, has his army, has his ambassadors. That is a king. Huh? A king who's just by himself, that's no king. King must have, if he's to be king, he must have his kingdom, he must have the subjects, he must have his ambassadors, he must have his queen, so many things. Then we can talk about king properly. So Krishna, God, means nothing by himself. If God does not have, or the Lord, better, we call Krishna the Lord. If the Lord doesn't have anything to lord it over, then how is he Lord? Lord must have that which he is lording over, that which was under him, which can understand he is Lord. And then we have some conception of Lord. It's concrete, substantial conception. So we must not forget the substance and just talk about the idea. Just talk about the form without the content. This is the difference between the abstract, and we call the abstract and the concrete. People want to have some abstract conception of God because they are frustrated with the material world. Yes, we should be frustrated with the material world, but we should also remember that the material world is also the energy of the Lord. It is his creation. It is his material nature, and therefore also has a relationship with him, but not as material nature. And that material nature can be understood as also divine when we become realized. What we see is based upon our consciousness development. And when our development of consciousness becomes Krishna consciousness, then our vision of things will also change. Atmavan manyate jagat. According to what the Atma, the consciousness is, you will think of things. The world will look in a particular way according to the development of consciousness. The scientists today forget this point. Although the philosophers East and West have told that it's the consciousness that determines the object. Sridhara pointed out in this subjective evolution of consciousness how the matter, the object, the material object, comes from consciousness. How matter comes from life. One philosopher named Wilfrid Sellars, he wrote a treatise on empirical science called The Myth of the Given. How we assume the given, the material thing, is given to us. He said that's a mistake, a complete error, to think of it as given to us and merely there, and we are apprehending it. He said that's a mistake. That's a myth. And the reality is, consciousness, the concept, is creating that object in a particular way. Our concept of the thing determines what that thing is. And they're saying it's just the reverse, the scientists, that they think the thing is telling the consciousness what to do. But other philosophers, Kant and especially Hegel, showed it's the other way around. The consciousness is determining the object. Object has no way of determining itself unless we do that, unless the consciousness does that. Not only we, but there is a general consciousness in the universe, God consciousness, who's making determinations. As we say, not even a blade of grass moves without the will of God. So all these things are going on by the will of the Lord. Maya Yakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Krishna explains in the Gita, this material energy is operating under my direction, my determination. But under the influence of Maya, we think the object is determining us, determining what we should think. It does not mean that the object is unimportant, however. Properly understood or properly comprehended, then the object becomes a very important part, a necessary part, an essential part of the consciousness. There can't be any consciousness without the object. Otherwise, what are you conscious of? So both are there, both are necessary, but they must be properly understood. Guru Gauranga, Guru Gauranga, Guru Gauranga. Huh? Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur. Guru Gauranga, Guru Gauranga. Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Nitai Gaur, Haribol. Hey, why? There, Guru Maharaj was thinking of something when he said it like that. The essence he's teaching, he's thinking of. He's trying to preach that to us. Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gauranga. Guru Gauranga, Guru Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Saraswat, huh? Chaitanya Gurudev. Not just Chaitanya, not just Krishna. We have to be very careful not to make that mistake. If we begin to see Guru in a mundane way, always think mundane, this is another person just like me, another part of the material world, and then we have not understood what is Krishna consciousness. We have to learn to see properly. That means we have to develop the proper conception, the proper consciousness. And that process has been given. And includes Guru as the central element of that process. We cannot do it without it. And we should not have the wrong idea of Guru as another person, a flawed person of this material world. The more we see like that, the more we will not understand anything properly. The more we will not understand Mahaprabhu. Gauranga. So we have to read the whole sloka, whole verse. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jiva Doya Kori Sva Prasada Sviyadama Saha Avatari. Whole verse. Bhakti Vinod is giving everything in one verse in the very beginning. Gauranga means Gaur and his Anga. Means Mahaprabhu and his body, his associates, the Dham, and the meaning of Anga, his limbs. Gaura Anga. The golden limbs. If you try to think of a person without arms, without legs, without a head, what kind of thing is that? What kind of person is that? The person means the body, the head, the legs, everything. Then we have a person. Although the person is not just those limbs, at the same time you can't take them away. Like the sun and the sunshine. If you take the sunshine away from the sun, how is that a sun? That's not the sun. And yet they are different, yet they are essential to each other. Okay. Dhanyavad Prabhus. Thank you very much. It's so nice to see you all. I hope you stay warm. Always remember Krishna. Be happy serving Krishna. Be happy serving Guru Gauranga. My Dhanyavad for you. Dhanyavad. My love to you all.
Thank you for teaching, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Devotee.